Hi, Thomas Stallone. I'm the second negative. I'm here to point out some problems in how my opponent's claim would work and some disadvantages that it has. The first problem would be that while some states already allow guns on campus with prior permission, they don't always allow it because there's other obstacles in place. The first being that insurance companies don't want guns on school. The New York Times found that EMC insurance companies, the liability insurance provider for about 90% of Kansas school districts, has sent a letter to its agents saying that schools permitting employees to carry concealed handguns would be declined coverage. So basically, if schools want to keep their insurance coverage, they can't allow guns on campus because insurance companies know that this would have higher risks to the students and then it would cost them money that they don't want to lose. And then there's also other companies that would give them coverage, however, they're charging them extra coverage, extra premiums. The Oregon School Boards Association, which manages liability coverage for all about but a handful of the state school districts, recently announced a pricing structure that would make districts pay an extra $2,500 annual premium for every staff member carrying a weapon on the school grounds. So that's a lot of money for every extra member that wants to carry a gun. That's money that could be used to other things as the school. They're all in budgets right now, so the cost would be a factor for them. And then another problem with having guns on campus is that it would provide an unnecessary risk for students. The National Center for Domestic and Sexual Violence found that 300 guns were lost in a federally administered program to arm commercial pilots in a 60-day period in 2004. So that's 300 guns that were lost in just 60 days. What's to prevent the same thing from happening at a school? That's guns lying around in school with children or teenagers that might be curious as to whether they're loaded, fire them off, or hurt others. And there's also the risk of students trying to attempt to take the gun from the teacher. The National Center for Education Statistics found that the percentage of teachers reporting that they had been physically attacked by a student from their school in 2011 to 2012 was 5%, higher than any of the previous survey years. So students, basically, they have no problem attacking teachers. So if the teacher has a gun, they might, what if they want to take it to harm the teacher or to harm other students? So they have no problem doing that. And then the final problem with their claim is that the teacher's ability to actually stop an a school attacker on the school grounds is low. The New York City Police Department reported hit rate statistics for officers both involved in gunfights and for officers who shot at subjects that did not return fire. Between 1998 and 2006, the average hit rate was 18% for gunfights. Between 1998 and 2006, the average hit rate in situations in which fire was not returned was 30%. So for trained professionals to only hit about 1 in 5 shots is really low. So if they have extensive training, how much can a teacher be expected to do? They're not trained to handle that kind of situation, that stress, unpredictability. They might harm themselves or students. And there's really nothing that they could do about that. And then, also from the National Center for Domestic and Sexual Violence, armed guards confronted the Columbine killers but could not stop them from killing others or themselves. And an armed resource officer engaged Eric Harris in a gunfight but was unable to stop him. There was also a county deputy who confronted him and fired shots but was not able to do anything. So if armed professionals can't do nothing to stop attackers, how can the teachers be expected as well? And then if a teacher does try to stop an attacker and the police get there before he's able to stop them, how can the police distinguish the attacker from the teacher? to you guys.